Hi, this is Candy. Today I am thrifting in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. I have 3 stops. The first one is the Goodwill boutique. This place is always such a treat. Let's go in. I pretty much had the entire store to myself, so I'm going to start with the handbags and then we're going to look at some of the home decor. This was a beautiful Kate Spade bag. I love the pattern on it. I wasn't finding a price, so I looked at the one in front of it just to get an idea of how the pricing was here. It was $39.99. This beautiful leather coach was $19.99, which I thought was an amazing deal, especially for a leather coach bag, and it was in pretty good condition. I tend to gravitate more towards leather bags. It doesn't necessarily have to be a name brand, but I don't want it to be too heavy. I want it to be soft leather. I'm like the Goldilocks of handbags, like all the conditions have to be right. This coach was cute with the little bow on it, but a little bit too small for me. I need lots of room to carry all the things, all the mom things. Next, I spotted these bookends, which I thought were really unique. They were quite heavy. I'm not sure what kind of metal they were. They were $59.99, but I did find better deals later on when I went around the store. I don't know if these are place card holders or if those are for jewelry, but they were pretty. That was the beautiful plate with the roses on it. The store was set up by colors. I'll give you a better look at it in a few minutes, but I wanted to check out these beautiful lamps. I love the style of these. They were $74.99 and there were 2 of them. I also like this apothecary jar. I have so many uses for these. This was only $2.99, which I didn't think was too bad. These were beautiful candlesticks. They were $74.99. They were silver plated. Even though the Goodwill boutique can have some higher prices, it doesn't make me shy away from it because I have found some amazing deals here, and you'll see later on that I did strike gold. At least I thought so. That beautiful cross was $11.99. I usually grab those for my mom, but I've been collecting crystal ones for her, and that one was just glass. This was a really cool basket. It was made out of metal. It was $5.99. I thought that was a good deal because that was a statement piece. Here on this side of the store, you can see that there was more of the black and white and some yellow. Definitely a beautifully laid out store. Then I spotted these blue and white dishes. There was a set of 5 for $19.99, which again, I thought that was a pretty good price. Those are really beautiful plates. I love this solid white china. It was priced as a set, and this was by Mikasa. This was a great complete set. I really wanted to just buy this one piece, but they did have it priced as a set for all of these pieces. So sadly, I had to leave that behind. Here's this cute little watermelon sugar dish. This was originally by Cracker Barrel. I have the creamer, but I had already sold it in my vendor booth, so I left that behind. That was a pretty jar. And look, there's a cute little bow on that canister. And then on the next table, these pieces caught my eye because I knew right away that they were Lenox. I have never found a cornucopia or a horn of plenty that was by Lenox. This was $19.99. Definitely well worth it. That was beautiful. I really like these cowboy boots too. I'm originally a Southern Florida girl, so I do have quite a few pairs of boots like these. I just wanted to see if they were my size, but they weren't. I did grab this bag of lace because I'll post a picture here of what I use it for. I make these decorative wall hangings. I have them in all different colors. The one I have up right now on my window is blue and white, and I'll be switching it out for my green and white one soon. I like those beachy plates. Those are really pretty and coastal. I am on the hunt for more fall type items. This was really cute, little pumpkin dish. Again, the prices kept getting better and better, so I was pretty pleased. This was a beautiful little cup and saucer for $9.99. Couldn't quite see the stamp on the bottom. That was really pretty though, and I love those colors. This was also a beautiful trinket dish. Look at that swan. It was $7.99. Again, not too bad. The shape of this plate what caught my eye. It was $19.99, but that's a very unique and pretty piece. I liked this little picture. Look, it had a little teapot and cups and saucers on it. That was $2.99, which I thought that was a great price. I also wanted to check out this teapot. That was really pretty too. I like the shape of it. This lighthouse canister was actually, it had a bow on it. I love it. But it was by Lenox, which it's a different, I don't know if I show the bottom here. There, you can kind of see it there. It says by Lenox. I ended up buying this because first of all, it has a bow and I do love my bows, but it also does have like a lighthouse look to it. And I just thought that was so pretty. So added that to the cart. They didn't have the larger carts here, just these little pull behinds, but I grabbed that. And then this was a really pretty display. I liked these pieces. I'm not sure what you would use them for except just to put on the wall, but very pretty. I saw this one that had a Bible verse on it. It was made out of marble. It was only $1, so I did add that to my cart as well. And then I wanted to go back and look at these mirrored ones too. I thought they'd be flat enough to use like as coasters, but they did have like a concave shape to them, so I left that behind. And I liked how everything was coordinated by color. Like that was a beautiful golden glass piece, so beautiful, $29.99, kind of matches my bracelet. I also wanted to look at this beautiful platter. It had feet on it. It was $24.99. That would be really pretty for one of those drippy candle plates that I've been seeing. This was a really pretty display with all the reds. And then I spotted the Indiana glass compote. This looks so Christmassy to me. It was $3.99, which I thought was a great deal. This is beautiful. So I did end up getting this one. The other one, when I looked at it closer, had a little chip on it. So I did have to sadly leave that one behind. You have to be careful when shopping for red glass. This piece was $9.99, but if you looked closer, you could see that the red was coming off. So it actually wasn't, in fact, red glass. They had just like flash painted it. So I left that piece behind. The next display was all the pretty pink, and I fell in love instantly with this pretty pink platter. Look at those gorgeous handles. It had frosted glass, and the center of it looked like a basket. Actually, you know what the center reminds me of? It reminds me of the bentwood rocker that I used to have when I was a kid. So I did end up getting that. I also liked this mug. I like the color of it, $1.99. But that, I believe, the Royal Norfolk, I believe that is from Walmart. I tend to gravitate towards frosted glass pieces. Like I found this little girl, I think that says $5.99. I didn't end up getting that. I liked that really big blue plate, that beautiful statement piece. Look at these little chairs with the heart cutouts. Are those not adorable? Not a bad price. They were $4.99 each. That would be so cute to hold some plants. Okay, so this is going to complete my first stop. Here were my purchases. Look at my cute little Goodwill bag. They packaged it all up for me so nicely. And now we're headed to the Salvation Army. This is one of my favorite Salvation Army stores. Not only is it so cute on the outside and so tropical, but I went on a Wednesday, which is senior day. And even though I don't get a senior discount, they had so much inventory. Let's go see. When you first get into the store, they have some of their more expensive items on this front table. I really like the shape of this, but it was $12.99, so I left that behind. I also like that lamp. Like, how fun is that? It's a big elephant. I saw some figurines, and I saw like a Hummel there. I really like this little girl with the blue and white, but she was $49.99. I'm sure they must have looked it up, and it was worth that much, but these were just a little bit out of my price range of what I was wanting to spend. When I host a thrift crawl, I have a bus of 25 to 35 ladies, and I like to do giveaways. So I'm looking for things a little bit lower on the price range so that I can buy a whole bunch of them to give away. This was such a pretty lemon candle holder, but I thought it'd be cute. You could use one of those glass like science tubes and even put like some greenery in there. You could use a real sprig or some faux ones. I really like these baskets. I ended up finding the one here at the bottom that you could add some greenery to. I like that it's flat on the back. It was only $1.99. It was flat on the back. You could add some fall decor inside and hang it, maybe like on your kitchen pantry door. Anyway, I just thought that was really cute. I couldn't tell if that was a pelican or a dog. It was pretty funny. And then I found this bow sunglass holder. You know I have to get that. I know it's such a little thing, but I don't have one that holds my sunglasses, and they get crushed all the time. So I thought this was a pretty practical find. This was cute. I think this is a pecan, but it was nice and heavy. It was $5.99. I don't know much about that piece, just thought it was unique. I didn't get it though. I did get this brass piece. It was $3.99. You can use it to put in a plant in it. I saw some more brass on this shelf. This piece back here, kind of like a bowl. Still has the tag there on the bottom that says Made in India. It was $3.99, but I like the other one better because you could easily put a plant in it. I also like this set for a bar cart with the rattan. That's so cute and beachy. And then I looked at these metal pieces and I spotted this pretty brass candle holder. Like, look how it sits. That's pretty unique. I really like that. Again, if you didn't want to use it to hold a candle, you could put one of those glass tubes in it and propagate a plant. And I thought these were really cute too. I don't know what the little holes are for. Would you put your toothpicks there maybe? Anyway, those were cute. I also wanted to look over here at this egg tray that had a rooster on it. And it was $9.99. That's not a bad price. These dishes were really pretty. I love the unique shape of these and the fruit on those. And they're Johnson Brothers. I have not seen that pattern before. I did end up buying this tissue box holder because it's a seashell. I have never seen this one before, but it was just so cute and coastal and beachy. I liked that piece too. That looks like a handmade pottery piece. It had a turtle on it. There was a lot of coastal items here. I like that platter with the seashells and the starfish. There's some green glass. I'll come back and look at this. I had to get to my cart. I was just doing a little pass by. I liked that stained glass piece in the back. So let's add this to the cart. I will say that I was one of the only people in the Salvation Army this day too. And it was kind of nice just to take my time, film for you guys, and just see what was there. I liked all of these pottery pieces. They were $4.99 each. I liked how they all kind of matched and coordinated. Really pretty shapes and glaze on those. I also like this large salt and pepper shaker set. I'm not sure what brand these are. They were $14.99, but they were quite large, and I liked just the coastal vibe of those. This was a really pretty stained glass piece with the hummingbird. I like this color yellow. I don't know if you would call this mustard yellow or golden yellow, but these colors remind me of fall. It was $5.99, so I did add that to my cart. I also liked that pretty heart trinket dish for $4.99. This was beautiful. Just the single one was $4.99, but I love that carnival glass look. These bowls I thought maybe were Fiesta ware, but they were a different brand, but I do like those colors. A cute little mug there with the boots. I thought this picture was really pretty. I like the shape of it. There was some Fostoria glass there too that I passed over. Look how unique this teapot is. I have never seen anything like it. That is a teapot. The little cup sits on top. It did have a little chip, and that just broke my heart because this was stunning. It was $20 for all three pieces. I also wanted to look at this because I have never seen a green glass sleigh like that. That was really pretty. I should have got that in retrospect because that was really cute. I like this little turtle. This was a handmade piece for $3.99. It had a little chip there. I don't know. Sometimes I debate on whether just getting something that's really adorable and unique and handmade, even if it has a chip. But what do you guys think? Would that bother you if you were shopping and you saw something that was damaged, even just a little bit? This was a beautiful painting. It was $24.99, but it was original artwork. I like the frame. I love the teapot, or teacup rather. There were a lot of these pieces, so I ended up, these are the things that I purchased. It's in my cart. I did go back and look at the lamps because this one was really cool, $18.99. And then this vintage one was really pretty with the flowers. That one was $39.99, but that was better priced than the Goodwill boutique. That one was more expensive. This one was really pretty. I like the base of that. That's really neat. That would be a good fall lamp. And then look at this beautiful brass peacock. I forget the name of this. It's slipping my brain, but it goes in front of your fireplace. That's beautiful. Okay, next I want to take you to a fun place. This is called Pickin' in Paradise. It's newly opened and it is fabulous on the inside. Let's go. I love this whole display. There are so many pieces here that I wanted, but look at the glass candy. Are those not adorable? And being that my name is Candy, of course I was attracted to these. These little mini pitchers were Fiesta. I love all these different colors. The pink one was really cute. This little duck, there were 3 pieces for $22. Ducks do sell well for me in my vendor booth. I think they're just really popular right now, ducks and geese and swans. I like this strawberry ceramic basket as well. That was $15. I liked these ducks too. I like how she made it into a centerpiece. They were $7.99 each, but they were definitely vintage. I like those too. The store is still located in Murrells Inlet, and I just love the style of the owner. I think she just has such a good eye for putting things together. Like, look how cute this cheese plate is. You could do this under any type of cloche, but I just love that look. Putting like little miniature vintage things under a dome like that. It's just very elegant. I'm gonna have to maybe use that in my decorating. I liked this whole brass display. So many amazing pieces. I like this little duck planter. The blue was really pretty. This was $10. I like the blue swan next to it as well. And that one was $15. That was a pretty little dish, little blueberry dish. Like, wouldn't that be adorable to have on your table to put jam in? It was only $5. I probably should have bought that because that was adorable. Then I liked that pink piece in the back, more of like a peachy pink. It's just really pretty. It had like a Victorian Art Nouveau look to it, and it was only $4, so I did end up buying that. It was really pretty. I also like that she had these junk journal ephemera packs. I have been junk journaling for almost a year now, and I'm almost done with my first book. I'm doing like a mini junk journal, and it is so much fun, and it's amazing like when you put it together for a day, when you go back and look even months later, just based on the little junk pieces that you've collected for the day, you can remember what you were doing. It's so funny. I like it. These were vintage Myrtle Beach salt and peppers. I liked those. I have that white milk glass piece. I'm going to put a picture here of how I have it on my kitchen counter. I really liked this. That is so pretty as a candle holder. It was $39.99. That was the most beautiful candle snuffer. I was trying to get the price here. $20, but that was so beautiful. Look at the handle. That's gorgeous. And then I walked down and got some coffee right down the street. It was delicious. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me today. I'll see you in the next video.